And I was like, "Oh, do you speak that language?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of fucked up." And he was like, "Why?" Because she speaks English. Well, it's kind of fucked up if you don't speak the, like the home language of your significant other. And he was visibly pissed.
It must.
And that was
Do you
the
think it's been
Wow.
an issue before then? Like, would that be like considered a snub in like Asian cultures or something? If you
no. It's just like I called him out on it. Like I was just like, why would you not take the time to learn the language of your significant other if you've been with them for
konnichiwa,
so
at least
fucking
get a
long?
Oh
konnichiwa in
shit!
there.
How long they been together, Resto?
I don't remember. They're not significant to me. And I look at Grid One and I imagine the kind of woman that he can pull, and I'm just like, it really is insignificant. So I
So hey,
really
Flo,
don't.
on my avatar, those are all the headphones and all the microphones I've attempted to use and failed.
Hey, but it's working better now. You figured something out.
Yeah, you don't sound like you're at a fucking McDonald's drive-through.
Chairman Meow, that is accurate. Actually, I think that's something all
Oh
cultures
fuck!
despise.
I'm on
That's the
top chat.
reason you do it. They don't like it.
That is
Yo,
true.
this Angelica, is that Jelly? Jelly, if that's you, let me know.
I've
I
patted
think
every Asian on the head. It's
Y'all know
Robert.
she came. Oh, yeah,
Grade One's is going to
it's
shoot
very
Ross.
possible.
Grade One was in Las Vegas. Like what was it? It was a couple months ago. I think he was in Las Vegas. But the funny thing about that Las Vegas trip that Grid One was doing is like he was live the whole fucking time, like in the hotel room. And I'm not gonna speculate, but it's like people were asking like, "Yo, where's your person at?" Person was out there on the strip. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know.
I thought you were
Look,
gonna say he was on the wrong side of the glory hole wall.
I'm just
Oh,
saying.
He lives there.
That's where he lives in the middle.
Yeah, he does.
oh no, no.
Nah, he's just a bitch. He's just a bitch who wants to talk shit.
You better
Very
pack
easy.
a lunch,
He
Grid
thinks he's
One.
protected. That's
Let me get
funny.
my AI.
That's funny as fuck. That's funny as fuck.
Something, yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to lead too far to conclusions too publicly. But how the fuck do you go through life having such an expensive desire to belong, but also run successful businesses? Like
It does
some,
seem backwards, doesn't it?
something. The math isn't mathing somehow. I can't put my finger on what it is exactly. But I used to be a commercial banker. I've known a lot of business owners. Not one of them was desperate to have attention to somebody who's got some internet thing.
Yeah, they don't blow money like that, do they?
No, actually, they don't.
That's weird. That's
Yeah,
so weird to me.
that's how millionaires and billionaires become millionaires and billionaires because
I'm,
they're cheap and they don't spend their money.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
no
because we
joke.
stay in the fucking house.
No,
We don't.
you don't save your way to prosperity. That's not true.
No, no. He
But
does actually.
if you got wealth, you don't really want everybody to know you got wealth because then that changes all the dynamics of everybody around you. Like I've never been rich, but even when I got divorced, like I'd take my watch off when I went places because I didn't want all you thirsty hoes thinking I was sexy, charming, had an adorable daughter, and had money.
That is true.
That's a good call.
Yeah, he does literally spend at least $500 on every
Maybe it's an
whatever
inheritance.
podcast.
That's sad, bro.
That
You
would be
spending money
sad.
on dudes, not even a girl, bro. Like, I would even respect it if it
know.
was a fucking VTuber or something. But like, god damn, bro. Like,
It's a lot of money to blow.
for nothing.
Well, the only thing is every one of his comments. The reason he spends the $100 is so he can have his comment read to the women,
Oh,
and he's really.
I've been. Hold on, sorry to interrupt. I've been slacking off. I'm 20 minutes into the stream. I haven't even started my own grift yet.
Oh,
Contribute
yeah,
to Flow State. I'm demonetized. My daughter just hit me up for $70 fingernails because it's homecoming week. Help me buy my daughter insanely overpriced fingernails because I feel guilty because I told her that she's not allowed to stay out after homecoming. She has to come home after the dance. But she's a freshman, so fuck if she's gonna be that freshman girl. Anyways, that's the donut goal. I need to buy my daughter some fucking
Give
fingernails.
give Flo money. Give all of us money. Actually, no, just give Flo money today.
Put them on an Amazon list, and then have somebody buy them off the Amazon list. Tell her to make.
No,
an
no, it's
Amazon-
like at a place. It's not like
Oh, okay.
yeah. She wants to get her fingernails did.
Flo, did you recently get demonetized?
Man, I ain't even going over this with you.
I'm knocking on wood right now because I'm the only one that hasn't been demonetized yet.
No.
Oh, after all those copyrights.
Oh wait, Based hasn't been. No,
Not yet, not yet.
I've been eating copyrights left and right, but I just
You keep
I don't
playing
care.
the music.
I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I don't care.
It's worth it, ain't it?
entertainment. Yeah, it's
Well,
fucking worth it.
I kind of am loving the fuck out of being able to play music, because I'm not monetized, so it don't matter. And at the end of the day, my ad revenue was like $15 a month.
Exactly, it's
it
not
wasn't
shit.
No.
Dude, the ad revenue is not shit, so it's just like, dude, I'm gonna fucking play it because I'm gonna get struck anyway. It doesn't matter. And the ad revenue is not worth it. And if I put on a good show for like at least twice a month, like a really good show, like a big show, like I normally do, then I'll just make the money back. It's fine.
Oh my god! And actually, now we got to make it $100. I got to buy a fucking actual mouse. This
Oh,
thing
yeah, you
is
do.
awful. And it's getting
I
worse.
saw your mouse. I don't know what kind of Star Trek shit
Can
that
you
you
tack on
got.
some a working microphone for me? Just fuck around.
No,
This time he
Infamous.
sounds legitimately pissed about the mouse, though.
No, it's like it's one of those things that's just been sort of building and building
Yeah.
and building. And today it's just sort of like hit the fuck this thing. I hate it.
You can get one for like $10.
Well, you know what? I rounded up to 30.
There you go.
Give Flo money.
Actually, get him a $100 one, gold plated.
Drop the thing.
You know,
through the
this
cash-
is the
cash-
most. I think this is like the fanciest mouse you can get. I figured I was getting top of the line, but it was just expensive bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
When it seems
retarded.
too good to be true, it usually is, right?
Yeah.
This didn't
only-
seem like too much to ask for though, right? Like this seemed like a reasonable luxury. The nice mouse, but
You only need like 4 buttons on your mouse.
I only need 2.
No, 4.
Really, what I need is the trackball, the roller scroller.
Roller scroller is crazy. Okay. I mean, I got like on my main mouse, I got like 1, 2, 3 on my main mouse. On my other mouse, I have 7. But that's
Is it one
different.
of those gaming mouses?
Yeah, that's my other mouse that I use for like Call of Duty or
I got
um,
7 on mine too.
yeah, like
On my
Cookie
main
Clicker or something else.
You're quite a juxtaposition, Hood Resto in the third person versus Nerdy Gamer Resto in the first person. Hey, this
Bro,
motherfucker
I
will
would-
touch you for Pokemon cards.
I will dead ass.
Oh, not this guy. He's on the right. He's on his side of the glory hole.
He's,
You know
and
what's-
if you look at where we're at, he is in the middle.
Yeah.
Always in the middle.
I was gonna make a thumbnail of him for my fucking thumbnail today, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. But it's just so funny because like he has a permanent frown. Look at his fucking face.
He
He
does.
has a permanent fucking frown on his face.
Who
Look
made
at him.
that? Who
So
made
chubby.
that shit?
So chubby in the face.
His wife
Like,
can't
what
be
the
that
fuck?
happy.
Well, I'm not gonna bring his wife into it, but it's just like, dude, look at this fucking guy. And you got the nerve to talk about fucking Resto? Who
He
the
doesn't
fuck
have
are
any
you?
lip.
Well, he
Who
should
the
have
fuck are
started.
you?
He shouldn't have started by saying he don't know you. And
His
then
little
start-
fucking nose. And then I
There's a lot of
texted
people
him.
know lip.
I want him to know that I want everybody to know that I did text him, and I told him to watch my last stream. So if he don't watch that shit, that's on him. I was blunt as fuck. I was Snoop Dogg's best friend, blunt as fuck.
He looks like Peter
Like
Griffin.
what the fuck?
Look at this. I wonder why. I don't remember why I even made this banner. Sometimes I find just shit. We pray for Neve and her sexual immorality. I don't even remember.
Why did you make that?
I don't know. It's just sitting there in the scrapyard, you know.
I like how Grid has so many fucking hats that he wears in the house.
Is
He just
bald?
has so many fucking hats. I don't know. I've never seen his fucking hair. Never seen him
No
fucking
lips,
stand
and
up.
he has like black eyebrows and probably no hair on his
No,
head.
Resto, he is standing up. You thought
Oh,
he was
he is.
sitting?
His nose isn't growing with all the rest of his fat.
He looks like he says nigga in private. I'm not gonna lie.
He's
Guaranteed.
got the
Hard
eyebrows
art.
from what's that guy's name off of American what is it, American Pie?
Oh God.
The dad.
Yeah, he's American fruitcake.
Oh fuck. The sequel, the prequel.
He looks easy to steal from. I don't know why, but he looks very easy to steal from.
Ask whatever. They didn't even ask.
You probably can't run that fast.
He said they didn't even ask.
You know what's good if he goes to review this stream and he has to review the picture? That's why I make these things.
Oh,
right?
yes.
This way you now have to deal with the meme.
Oh yeah, he got to lean into it.
The living meme.
Oh my god, he's wearing a 3-button button up in the house. Oh my god, it's so
And no man-
in the house, bro. Like what the fuck, bro? Get some drip, like bro.
I
oh
told
my
him to
God.
pack a lunch, man.
He's stupid.
That's crazy. That is
Well,
crazy, bro.
To be fair,
Well, at least he has all his teeth. At least he has all his teeth.
He does.
We need to give him a throat tattoo next time, right?
Oh,
Something like
man.
Crucible
Listen.
goat.
It's a
throat
lot of canvas.
I went to rehab with this chick. When we were in rehab together. Normal looking white chick, right? Pretty good looking, actually. But she didn't look like the type of chick that should be in rehab and who had just gotten out of prison. When
Wow.
I saw her about a month after rehab, she had the word, like, straight across the whole front of her throat, the word gangster, and the R was a pistol. It was
Oh, man.
amazing. I think Grid would look good with that, though. That was my point.
Hey,
No.
do you think he'll do the truffle shuffle?
I don't know that he's got the mobility. I mean, like, he just doesn't seem like he's got the move. The truffle shuffle takes a little bit of, like, coordination.
As
I don't even
somebody
know
with,
who this person is. I'm
as
only
somebody that
talking to-
wears glasses, like, bro, you could have picked better frames, bro.
Yeah.
Like dead
Oh my
ass.
God.
Like,
No, Resto, I got to stop you. This is too gay of a critique.
no, it's not.
It is.
This is
You're
horrible.
sitting
This is
here-
horrible.
You are sitting here critiquing a man's
I am.
glasses frame.
This nigga got PVC plastic
At
glasses.
least say no homo.
He's got my
first.
son's
No
hat on.
homo. No homo.
No,
Like,
I'm
11
not
year old
gonna
hat
say
on.
no homo. I'm not. I don't give a fuck.
You see his little boy hat.
This man bought them shit 12 years ago. He bought them shit when the iPhone 6s came out. Look at his fucking
What iPhone are we
glasses.
on now? iPhones are trash.
Yeah, they are. Android gang all day. But look at his fucking glasses. They're terrible.
I've actually
How
never.
big are his ears?
Where are his
You know
fucking
what?
ears?
Fuck it.
I
I'm
know.
gonna have Grid ones back here. You should be able to have whatever stupid ass glasses you want without worrying about what the other guys on the internet say about them. I support these glasses. There's nothing wrong with them. Resto's just metrosexual.
I just
That
like to look
glory hole
good.
thing. I remember when we were young, we used to. What's that song that says that there's a hole in the wall where the men can see it all?
I ain't gonna lie, he look like he can cook the hell out of a ribeye. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, he look like he can
I
cook
bet
the fuck
he
out
knows.
of that shit.
He knows how to get it medium rare, probably, right?
Yeah. He looks like if your order's wrong, he's gonna complain. Dead ass.
And he will judge you for wanting your steak medium rare because any real man eats it all the way, still having a pulse. But
He will.
he'll cook
He
it for
will.
you.
He looks like he doesn't put his cart back though. And
But
I
then
don't like that.
he'll like put on a steak or something, right? Like he'll eat it raw because he's a man. It's a good, expensive cut of beef. But then he'll do something funky like put ketchup on it.
He
Yeah,
doesn't put his
enslaved.
back
He does, doesn't
Yeah, he does. He does not put his cart back. Look at him. He does.
Bro,
not put
I
his
don't
cart
put my cart back. I was just thinking this.
Fuck
last
you,
night.
Flow State.
Last night, while I parked
Fuck
my
you.
fucking car up against the handicap parking spot sign, I was thinking we need a new measure for morality. This shopping cart phenomenon has gotten out of control.
I've seen some TikToks or some YouTube shorts where they actually like people that like if they take up 2 parking spaces, this person tied like all the shopping carts to their handlebars or to their handles on their car.
Oh god.
So when they came out, they had all these fucking shopping carts tied to their fucking vehicle.
So here's what none of you saints and angels probably took into account. I have worked at a grocery store and I have been the cart guy. And nothing is better than getting to wander way the fuck out to the edge of the parking lot and chill to get that one loose cart some asshole didn't put back. You don't want to be like in the trenches pushing stacks and stacks of carts the whole time. Come on now. You guys never think about anybody but yourself.
Little scooter. You ride a little scooter out to the under, and then you walk them.
Oh yeah, no, this was back in the day when we had to push those things with muscles. We couldn't just ride on our fat people's scooter.
Did you just say yonder?
Yes,
Did
I
I say
did.
yonder?
No, she did.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on mute for a minute. Actually,
Christine,
yeah.
that's exactly right. But
I'm
I
gonna
was,
go wake
I
up.
was okay. Yeah, you mute up. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
I was a minor, of course, when I worked at the grocery store. I wasn't an adult, and so like the further the better. And then I'd push that motherfucker around the corner from the building so that my manager couldn't see me smoking.
Damn.
Yeah. So now I bet all of you fucking people polishing your halos because you thought you feel so good. I put my cart in the corral. You just never thought about anybody besides yourself. You never thought about
I don't leave it in the
who has
parking
to.
lot, but I leave it on the side on the fucking sidewalk on the right there in front of the store. I won't even push it back to the little thing, but I don't leave it in the parking lot.
Take it back in the store? Absolutely not.
Well, like, you know, like even on the outside, I don't even put it right there. Sometimes, like, I try to balance it to where it's like it's almost kind of going down that little ramp to go in the parking lot just to see if it'll go. Somebody's gonna beat me up one day.
When they hear you on Flow State's panel.
It is important though to make sure that your cart is not the cause of somebody else's paint job.
That, yeah.
Paint job.
Flo
Like a
has no
critique.
morals, just sprinkles. I'll accept that.
Just sprinkles.
I don't think morals are different, and this is something that only people with morals argue with me about. I don't think morals and ethics are even anything different. I think nobody's been able to explain to me how morals is something separate from ethics in any way that matters.
The same thing, yeah. The same thing. Tomato, tomato, you know?
Look at all you women being trained. Why are you doing the grocery store's work? You just paid them and you're working for free. You probably checked yourself out too. And you probably stood in line and waited for them to get to you so that they could check your
And
receipt.
check your receipt.
Right. You know what? When last time I was in Sam's Club, their little scanners system was down, or they were having some sort of a malfunction, and the line to leave Sam's Club had started stacking up a little bit, and I fucking pushed my cart right around it, and I told them that if they thought I was stealing, they could chase me, and the fucking I'm amazed at the amazement on everybody's face, all the employees, all the customers, everybody just marching without ever thinking about anything at all.
And you're the only one that decides to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what is this unbreakable rule that everybody thinks they're following?
And then you told them, like, if you think I'm stealing, chase me.
Well, they like all three, because there was 3 employees there, you know, 2 people and a manager who they're all trying to figure out how to get the scanners working. And all of them just like sort of stopped and went slack-jawed and stared at me while I went by. Like, it's like, what? Like,
that is weird.
I'm not going to sit here and wait for you to fix your tech problems so that I can sit here and wait for you to make sure that I'm not stealing because you don't know if I did your job good enough. Get the fuck out of here.
They're just all amazed. One person didn't follow the herd mentality.
And you know what? I looked to see if it would catch. It did not. Every last one of those fucking.
I saw an episode on that show Brain Games, and they had like it was like a big ass mall, and it was like in the food court. And they had put, you know, when you go in the bank and it has like that tape, you know, to organize a line when you're waiting to go see the teller, right? So they had put this all around like the food court, like, you know, in a long thing. They staged a couple people to stand in line, and the line was to nothing. like they staged a couple people to see how many people would actually get in that line, and how long it would take for somebody to ask, hey, what's this line for? And nobody asked what the line was for. And like a couple hours later, so then they staged after everybody was in line, no, not one person would ask. So then they had somebody like listening to headphones and kind of bobbing their head, and then like somewhere down the line they had somebody staged to kind of start kind of like physically moving,
Oh,
like
I've seen
dancing.
those. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then they started doing the conga line, and still nobody asked what the line was for.
Conformity is so weird. It's such a strong
is.
urge in people. You wanna make people just think that they're gonna crawl out of their skin. Get in an elevator and stand facing the back. I'm telling you, it will be the longest elevator ride to the one floor up of your life. These people sweating bullets. And I've been ignoring my PayPal.
I'm rolling in dough with these tips.
Shout out to, hold on, where'd my notifications go? Shout out to Sean G for a regular lighter. I am definitely not using this PayPal to buy a regular lighter. My torch works just fine. It will be going to the Daughter's Fingernail Fund. And from Uncle Chairman Meow.
I'll be back.
My daughter also appreciates your contribution towards her expensive ass homecoming fingernails. It's just you and me, Toxic, I think. I mean, Resto's here in.
Did they donate enough for you to get them yet?
Oh, no. We're
they're $70.
Yeah. So, and what I sort of touched on, but I didn't really get into. My daughter's a freshman, right? Homecoming's coming up. It's her first homecoming. Her boyfriend asked her to go with him at the top of the Ferris wheel. Like, it's the whole fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
And I told her that she doesn't get to stay the night out that night, just like 2 nights ago. Like, you don't get to stay the night out after homecoming. You can go to the dance. You can even go do some stuff after, but I'm picking you up somewhere that night. You're not the next day. Which is a huge bummer. I get it. And I feel like I'm a douche, but I remember my high school parties enough to remember the freshman girls,
Yes.
and it's just not happening. So now, since she's my only daughter, and since I was just a big meanie, and obviously she can tell that I'm in a vulnerable state of feeling like a big meanie, she's like extorting me for this $70 fucking fingernail trip. Angelica, I assume that you're going, what about the fingernails? Yeah, I know, me too. Is that, I don't know what, like, I bought her fingernails before. I feel like this is about $20 more expensive than any time I've taken her to get her nails done. But what do I know?
Is she doing them or is her mom?
No, she's going to like a salon or something.
Oh, okay. Do you have any other kids?
Katie's boys, and Katie's got 2 boys, and I've got my daughter, and
Nice.
yep, and they're all 13 and 14, like really clumped up the ages right there.
Nice. Yeah, I feel for you. That's gonna be tough.
Oh no, actually, it's all right. It hasn't been that tough. And
No, I'm talking about the daughter's age right now. It's like,
it really hasn't been that either. Knock on wood, but all things considered. So I've had custody of my daughter since I got divorced from her mom when she was like 2.5, and I don't know. It has not been as rocky as it could be. How about that?
nice.
But it's also been probably more of a in touch sort of father-daughter relationship than a lot of dads go to work and say hi sometimes, and so anyways,
You just communicate better.
I think that I feel like we do. Of course, all parents are filled with all sorts of delusions about their kids, right? Like,
Oh shoot.
not to put Izzy on Front Street, but to tell me that her high school daughter doesn't know what porn is. Give me a break.
Oh no.
Um, But yeah, no, we can be good. And she's a lot like me.
Oh
And
no.
so that makes you right, like, yeah.
Makes it
She's
easier
savage.
for you to know what she's
Sometimes
up
it
to.
also presents unexpected problems
Oh
or predicaments,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, can you? Oh, I assume you wanted to come up.
Yeah, I wanted to say wait until she turns 19 and just starts bringing guys home because.
Oh God.
When she got bit by the neighbor's dog, she tried to hide it from me because she was scared of what I'd do to the dog. I don't think she's going to play those games unless she's mad at the dude.
She might.
So how long did it work? The hiding, the bite.
Oh, not long at all. She got bit by a pit bull. That's pretty fucking
Oh
scary.
shoot. Stitches?
No, we did go to the ER, but it was mostly performative. But it freaked out more than anything. It could have done a lot more damage than it did. The thing is that these neighbors have bad, huh?
You go to the doctor in that case because if something comes up in a week or a month, you need the records of there having been a dog attack and all of the other records with the ER and stuff.
Yeah. We went and did the doctor thing and but I had brought this dog had been a recurring issue with the neighbors and he had never resolved it satisfactorily. And there's no fences, right? You got this dude who's got a bad pit bull in a neighborhood with no fences and a bunch of kids. And he was not resolving the issue well. And so yeah. Well, fuck, I've already said the story.
You know, around me, those types of issues just tend to be resolved with nobody knowing exactly how it happened.
So literally like 2 nights before, Miss Flo stopped me. I was planting antifreeze in some Chipotle wrappers, you know. But Mrs. Flo caught me and she's like, "Don't you do that." And I was like, "Okay, I guess we'll just wait until it bites a kid." And we did that. That's what happened.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I was putting antifreeze in Chipotle wrappers when she got me. That's hilarious.
You know the burrito bowl dish that still got some of the, you know, like the meat juice on it.
Oh God.
Add a little bit of green. Yeah, fuck that dog. Fuck it. I don't give a shit about that dog, relatively, in context, right?
Well, if it's an ongoing thing, it's like Divine
It's an
said,
ongoing thing.
it's the owners, but you gotta make them full tacos. Invite them over for dinner.
They moved. That was the last month, though. They moved out. They didn't pay another month's rent in that house. They were moved out by the end of that month.
So they don't give rabies shots for dog bites anymore?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they test you for rabies.
Oh.
No, we've got better tests now. 20 years ago, you'd have to be tested 9 times, and they would already start giving you the treatment just in case. Nowadays, we test the wound, we test your blood, and then they might do a spinal tap a week later.
Is it still the same as far as if you get bit above the neck, they can't cure you?
Rabies is a weird one, bro. Like if there was going to be a zombie apocalypse virus in America, that would be the one.
Like a modified version of that would be scary.
Actually, you wouldn't have to modify it. All it'd have to do is be a little bit more communicable than it is right now, and you're talking open season on NPCs.
Damn.
Was it their German Shepherd, EBT? It was for the dog. Humans don't really like the taste of antifreeze, but animals do.
Right. It's so sweet, though.
All right. Miss Flo just walked in the room, so I got to change the topic.
Oh, yeah. Not the cop.
I was telling them about how that fucking dog next door was an issue.
You know, funny thing about spinal taps is when you compare the IQ numbers and like like jailing and arrest numbers in relation to who has and who has not had spinal taps, there is a weird correlation. And I'm not saying it's causal. I'm saying there is an interesting correlation between people who have had spinal taps and people who experience various types of mental or maladjusted, I guess, with the term, because it's not necessarily mental issues, but
go into that. Like, unpack what you're saying. Like,
all right.
And what is it? What is a spinal tap? I thought it was just that fucking.
That's where I'm gonna start. In a spinal tap, they go down to wherever there are like 3 different segmented parts of your spinal column, and they use a big bore needle to drill into the cartilage of your spine and then draw out some of the fluid in there.
Oh, hell no.
You can have an upper spinal tap done, which is, I think, the most dangerous, when you can have a central spinal tap done, which is done to check and see if there's blood in your spinal column to determine if you had some kind of brain bleed or spinal damage or whatever like that. And then there's the basal spinal tap, which is down around just below your lumbar. But the thing is, there's no distinguishing between the 3 in relation
why
to
would you do it?
jailing. Why would you do if you get, it's the only way to test for meningitis. There is no other way. Rabies is another thing you can test for through.
But there's no cure for rabies, right? So it's just informational. You can't do anything with it. Is that accurate?
Yes, diagnostic would be the term I'd use.
Right, but with the diagnosis, there's nothing. It's like, oh, okay, you do have rabies, and we can't do.
The same's true for meningitis, though. You know, it's like, oh, you do have meningitis. Let's put you in the corner.
Right. I don't see how it doesn't make any logical sense to me to do a dangerous diagnostic test so that you can have a piece of information that you will not be able to use in any.
You remember how I said that used to they would start you on the rabies treatment, which is essentially massive doses of antivirals and the vaccine for rabies, basically.
Yeah.
They start that before they find out whether or not you have rabies, or at least they used to. Nowadays, supposedly the rabies diagnostics have become much, much better, and they can apparently tell within several hours whether or not you've actually in a position to contract the disease. But usually they just treat you anyway.
Yeah, rabies wasn't really a concern. Like, this was a kept family pet. It was just a hyper vigilant one.
Right. Well, mine's the same way. I've got a 120-pound Mastiff over here that if you walk in here, you will swear he's fixing to tear your face off. But the reality of this dog is he is terrified of flashing lights, open boxes. He's scared of bags. He doesn't like sunglasses. Hats freak him out. I could try to explain it. I can't. I have no idea why he's this way, but he is. Everybody says, oh, well, that dog was abused. I've had him since he was like, since the puppy's mama died, and I had to like hand feed the damn thing. So no, it's never been abused. No, it's never been involved in anything that would like trigger it for being, I don't know, man. It's
just a pussy.
He's just a pussy.
And I reminded that.
A pussy.
I do too.
Newspaper.
But let me tell you something funny. I got a buddy of mine who's a bit of a pussy himself, and everywhere he goes, he carries him a pistol, right? His dumb ass come in my living room one afternoon and tried to fast draw from his appendix holster. And I have never seen this dog act in any way violently to anything, even kittens and little fuzzy animals and stuff. He doesn't do that. He's scared of them. Gene went to pull that gun. Moose grabbed it hard enough that he took it out of the man's hand and set it on the floor and then went back to barking at him.
Why was he trying to outdraw your dog?
And that wasn't the thing. He was trying to be cool, was what he was going to do. Is he was going to be like, check out my new gun and do like that fast draw slip shit. It was another part of his training. You know the type.
Yeah, the training.
Right? He goes to whip that shit out. That dog was so far ahead of his ass. He was standing on his hind legs waiting for him to pull it. It was wild. Same thing happened when a plumber come in fixing some stuff in the yard. He comes in holding a piece of pipe, and that dog snatched that pipe out of his hand before that plumber knew what was going on.
That's interesting. They got that sixth sense.
I've seen dogs react to guns in a way that doesn't make any sense, right? Like somehow they just know without having ever been trained. Like
Well,
This is a
gunshots.
thing.
That's a thing. It's a real thing, and it's something you can't really breed for.
It's like I don't know. You could probably explain it better than anybody.
I think it's a reaction to thunder. I think that it's a
Mhm.
bred-in response to thunder and lightning, and that they try to get away or get to cover anytime they hear thunder. Some dogs it's over stressed in, and some dogs it's not. We look for dogs that don't flinch when you pull the trigger on a gun.
Oh, I'm just talking about grabbing for one.
Oh, as far as that's concerned, that's supposed to be trained in. I've never heard no crap like that.
I assume that it was just dogs' ability to sense the energy and emotions.
Sure. Also, they could read your body. Dude, dogs can read your body language way better than a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what I chalked it up to, because I've seen dogs. There is no way that they should have known that, what was going on, but they sure seem to.
Yeah, unless they'd seen a gun before.
Which is possible, but
You know the hardest thing I ever had to train a dog to do? Hardest thing ever. I trained a dog to get me a drink out of my cooler or the bottom shelf of my refrigerator and bring it to me. It took a week to train him to do that. It took 2 months to train him to close the refrigerator or the cooler.
Typical. He was a dude, wasn't he?
Was it a retriever?
No, it was a Great Dane, a ginormous jet black Great Dane named Cole. God, that dog was so good.
That's funny. He wanted to leave the refrigerator open.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you've got an objective. It's to bring the dude a beer.
Yeah.
Right? Well, this is the same dog that halfway figured out how to pee in the toilet.
Oh, God. Halfway?
He wasn't great. I actually really understood why he was peeing in the toilet. Just that we pee over here. So, like, that whole corner was open game as far as he was concerned. Like, the whole fucking area. I currently have a Great Dane. Not a Great Dane, a Mastiff, a 120-pound Mastiff. And he is a moron.
They're
They
too
usually
sloppy
are
for
kind
me.
of. Yeah, they're a
He's
little
not
dopey,
terrible.
too.
He's not a terrible slobberer unless he gets like a little bit of food in his mouth and then you don't give him any more. Like if you toss him like a French fry, he's liable to drool on you a little bit, but beyond that, no.
Yeah. I've never owned a dog.
I want to address your cat's issue, man. And it's something that occurred to me recently. Whatever issues it is, I just want to.
Okay.
On YouTube, and this is something I don't know if it's specifically the YouTube or the world over, but on YouTube, it's a law of nature. Don't fuck with cats.
Explain.
YouTube was born on cat videos. A large portion of its very early uploads were a bunch of old cat ladies filming their cats, and that was kind of the kernel of the initial YouTubery sphere, right? Beyond that, since then, there have been dozens of quote unquote savior channels where they go and quote unquote save pets when really they went and got a kitten and stuck it in a pipe and then filmed themselves getting it out. That kind of stuff. These people that do this to cats are always found.
because the animal lovers of the internet.
Yes, because of the crazy cat ladies of YouTube. So don't mess with cats, bro. Just leave them.
All I do, I yell at them because they yell at me.
Don't stream it.
I will continue to yell at my cat when it's yelling at me. I don't give a fuck. Fuck all you old cat ladies. Come find me. If that little cat is being an asshole, I'll yell right back at it. And then I'll get up and open the door so it shuts the fuck up.
My wife traded our cat to meow at the refrigerator when it wanted ham. Hated that cat.
Cats are comedians too.
No. Cats are not funny. Cats don't do anything to be funny. You may find what a cat is doing funny, but that cat is thinking about murder the whole time.
Yeah. Was it? I think it was you said. That's what I said. The difference between a cat and a dog is you can feed a dog. You can bring a dog food every day for 100 Days and it thinks that you're God, you can do
Oh,
that
no,
to cat and it thinks
You
it's
wanna say
God.
it right.
Okay.
The difference between between a cat and a dog is when you walk in and you look at a dog, the dog looks up at you and says, he feeds me, rubs my stomach, he gives me shelter, he must be a god. When you walk in and give a cat food, he thinks he feeds me, he rubs my stomach, he loves me and worships me, I must be a god. That's the difference. Cats, dogs.
I talk to my cats like they're a hoe.
That's accurate. That works.
They are a hoe, though.
Yeah, that's why they call it being catty. Well, baby, why it's called pussy? I'm just saying. Hey, I'm asking questions here. Don't get mad at me, ladies. I can feel it building.
Cats are also R-wordists. Like legit.
R-word.
Yeah.
I feel like that's most of nature, though.
Oh my god.
No. He's got a point. He's got a point. Listen. If you take tree frogs, and this is stupid. I know I shouldn't know this stuff, so don't bitch at me for knowing this. All right. If you take tree frogs from Costa Rica and you place them in a group of similarly colored tree frogs, and you put one in there that is different, they will kill that one different one, even if it's from the same egg clutch.
So they're racist?
Apparently, on some level. That's why I'm saying I can't disagree with you, because the same thing happens with chimps. The same thing happens with gorillas. The same thing happens with, in some cases, when you've got a group of puppies, when you're doing, let's say you're breeding two dams, right? You've got two female dogs and they're both pregnant. You've timed it so that they're pregnant at the same time. They both get the same vitamins, minerals, all that stuff, right? When they birth, you have a choice between keeping them separate and taking the chances that one of the bitches might go off, or you can take them from the mothers and put them with a wet nurse dog for the first couple of hours or so. Not all mothers are good mothers. This is a fact across the animal kingdom. It's weird because usually they'll tell you not to do this because it can break, continuity or whatever. But we're breeding as a pack here, right? We're training all of these dogs to do the same search and rescue job. So keeping them in a group gives them a better pack dynamic in the long run. One of the mistakes I did with Moose is I ended up with him when he was too young because the mother died. That poor bitch.
But they're all Panda Express to Grid One's wife.
Okay.
Never been to a Panda Express. I've seen one once.
It's it's the Chipotle of Chinese food, or the
for that matter, I've never been to a Chipotle.
You're fucking kidding me.
Like I said, I've seen one. It's funny too, because I went to a Chipotle one time, and instead of going,
I've seen one. That's what you offered me in response. I've seen one.
Seriously, we were going to this dude's birthday thing, and we were supposed to meet at the Chipotle, but when we get there, he's actually standing out in the parking lot already drunk, arguing with someone. So we ended up going to the bar next door. Never went into the Chipotle.
Dude, Chipotle I love it. Like, I know they've been shrinking the burritos over the years. I remember when Chipotle first hit the scene, I could barely squeeze down a whole burrito myself. Now,
right.
If I was hungry as fuck and pushing it, I could force two in. Pause. But
I'll
no,
let it go. I will allow this.
I've got Chipotle loyalty.
Are you sure you didn't just grow?
Yes. Do you remember when Taco Bell started the chalupa craze?
That was what, 2005?
Something like that, 2004, somewhere in that ballpark. It was right after I lost the job at the
chalupa craze.
A chalupa, yeah. The chalupa didn't used to be a thing, right?
Right.
I know you think it's been around forever, but in reality, it was introduced.
Look, I remember a time when there was hard tacos, soft tacos, and bean burritos, motherfucker.
Mandela
Del Taco.
effect.
And
That's the
3
Taco
types
Man
of sauce.
you.
Hot, mild, and medium with no cute little slogans on the package.
You quiero Rolades.
But
All right, kids.
cheesy gordita crunches are really a good thing.
Cheesy gordita crunches.
Anyway, when they first introduced the chalupas, you could get a chalupa for $1, right? And this damn thing was big enough that you probably wasn't gonna finish one.
I don't
I
remember
was
that.
24 years old, bro. I could sit down to a large pizza by my damn self, 6'2", and not an ounce of fat on me at the time.
I do not
And,
remember those at all. I do remember that being able to get like 30 pounds of fucking fast food at 4 a.m. For like $10. You could feed the whole goddamn car.
Neighborhood. Yeah, no, dude. I remember we actually had to utilize the trunk on one trip, right? We went up to a Taco Bell with, I think it was like $192. And we ended up ordering everything everyone had ordered, plus a few extra of everything pretty much. And it's like fucking 60 tacos, 90 some odd burritos. There was like 120 people there. Right. So it was a stack of stuff. I just backed up in the car, popped the trunk open, was like, y'all start stacking, don't crush nothing. That lady looked at me and just laughed maniacally because I rarely use my trunk. So like when it popped open, the entire car is coated in red clay mud everywhere, but the trunk was absolutely immaculate.
Yeah, old Joe. Yeah, no, that shit's fucking expensive.
Yeah, like
Rest in peace, cheap fast food.
15 bucks.
I will
Actually-
give you one tip. A 40-piece chicken nugget at McDonald's is only $12.
I don't eat McDonald's.
I know,
Just
but
super.
I'm just saying. I stumbled across that little tidbit the other day.
I actually met my Coke plug at Taco Bell at 4 a.m. He was working the drive-thru, and I was in the drive-thru. He's
Oh,
deported now. Salute Romero wherever you're at.
nice comment, not that, Christina. She said that's how you go on a diet right there.
Is what?
When you're eating fast food, just think about the person who scratched themselves, you know where, just prior to handling your food. And
What's he look like?
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah.
That's why it's cooked.
What she look like.
And I what I count on is fast food workers being so like apathetic and miserable and devoid of hope and
That's accurate.
that they're not gonna bother to fuck with your food because they just don't care anymore.
One of my favorite jobs I had was working at Wendy's when I was about 15, 16. And the reason was this Wendy's got decimated by a couple of events that took place here in town. A few guys went to jail. A couple of people went to the hospital. It was like right after freaking prom or something. I can't remember. It was a bunch of crap went down, and 2/3 of the staff at this Wendy's ended up either in jail, the hospital, or quitting on the same weekend. And it was the week that I got hired. So I ended up going through this entire fictional training process that never actually took place, and being one of the oldest working people here at 15, I was something like an assistant associate manager because they couldn't make me a manager because I'd only been there for 2 days.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Right. Yeah, it was wild because everyone who come in knew more about the job than I did. But at the same time, I'd been there longer. And so there was that little bit of a nod there. I always thought it was really weird.
Did you say you got fired?
Not me.
Oh, they got fired.
Yeah, no, there was let's see, there were 5 grillmen and 1 chick that worked the grill, and all but her ended up in either jail, the hospital, or quitting because their kid had cancer and they had to go like to Michigan or something.
Wait a minute, sir. Gray stroke. That sounds like a rumor. I do remember lots of rumors like finding different things in the fast food, but I don't remember in the
Hold on.
2000s.
So I can't remember the guy that did it. It's either like Chubby Ebu or Wavy Web Surf or one of those dudes that do research on it. Supposedly, and I don't know the veracity on this, but supposedly a lot of that was caused by the early cell phones. And do you remember the glowing thumbs that you could get? You used to, there's these magic trick things that are a fake thumb with a light in it, right? Yeah. It looks like you're putting a light in your mouth or taking it out, but they're very realistic thumbs. A bunch of those were photographed in Wendy's salads back in the day. You know, Wendy's used to have a hot bar. You used to be able to walk over and fix a plate.
Oh yeah, and fucking KFC buffet was dope too.
And that's the crap that killed the Wendy's hot bar, was people photographing fake thumbs in places.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I miss, rest in peace, KFC buffet. I haven't seen one of those since college.
Wow.
Like, if you wanted to go and spend not very much money to feel like shit for the rest of the day, that KFC buffet was like without a peer. It was like $4.99, and they had all the shit that you can't, like gizzards.
Right.
Gizzards.
I mean, I don't know why you're interested in such a thing, but it is not usually available. That is true.
They had gizzards and liver and fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy, and it's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go eat grease until I feel like shit and lay in bed all day. And I did, and I missed it. I like gizzards. I don't like liver that much, but
okay, so this is gonna sound really dumb. I'm not a fan of most liver, but sheep's liver is different.
Sheep?
Apparently, I was at a restaurant with my wife's family, and we were at a really ritzy place, and they brought in some little meat pate type stuff. And you know, I'm down for trying.
You're talking about that shit where they like torture a baby lamb for 6 months and then
not veal. It's just a specifically prepared sheep's liver. It's just liver pate. It's not anything special. It's just.
I think that what you're tasting is the adrenochrome from the torture, but I can't prove it.
They do the same thing with geese, the foie gras.
The foie gras, yeah, but that shit's awesome. Fuck those geese. Peace was never an option.
I've heard that shit's really good. I've never had it. Not
Peace was never. No, these are geese, dude. Peace was never an option. One of us was going to end up feeding on the other since the dawn of time.
I think we've all been victims of geese attacks, probably at some point in our life.
Bro, we had geese. I was on a farm, man. Like geese was one of the things we had. We had this one goose we called the General. Right now, I don't know if you've kept chickens. You've kept chickens, okay? So you know how chickens will like pick out one hen and one rooster and then basically just follow those two around?
Yeah.
All right. So if you have a goose, that rooster gets his ass beat by the goose and everybody follows the goose around. But here's the thing. It's okay. That goose could take anything 2 for 1, right? It is far more aggressive than any of the animals running around. Back over here, that goose is absolutely standoffish. Anything shows up to muck with them, they've got to deal with an angry goose. And I don't know if you've ever dealt with an angry goose. It's not.
I remember crying.
Right. Okay. So this goose took it upon itself to round up all the chickens and stuff them into the chicken coop every night.
It was like a sheepdog goose.
Dude, it was way better than any sheepdog. And if there was one missing, it would stand outside the door and honk like all night long, trying to get that one chicken to come back.
That sounds terrible.
It was horrendous on some cases because we do have chicken hawks, so that's the thing.
The thing about chickens that I didn't know before I had chickens is that they actually literally have no fucking survival instinct.
Yeah, they're really, really dumb. I want you to consider where they evolved.
This is like a brainstem with meat.
Yes, that is exactly right. It responds to stimulus. So chickens developed in China in vast fields of bamboo. They lay their eggs the way they do because of the way the boom and bust of the blooms of the bamboo come. On some years, there are millions, and on some years, there's only a couple of 100,000. So they boom and bust their population on purpose, and that's why they lay about an egg a day. Right? The conditions are right. So you take that thing, which is only designed to walk around on 2 feet and peck at the ground. That is its only purpose in life. It does nothing.
Boy, they do that though. They'll fuck up your yard.
This is like one of those, like, we programmed the AI to do a thing and now it's done it until the world was destroyed. That's what chickens will do. If you've got 20 chickens and you put them in a 1 acre area, you won't really notice a whole lot of difference. But if you put it in a ½ acre area, there will be nothing green left in that space.
In Hawaii, we got those massive centipedes. Man, I watched those chickens slurp
Yeah,
them
fuck
up
you.
like spaghetti.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Hell no. Hell no. You keep them some bitches over
I
there
know.
too, bro.
I've been bit
They're
by them
all yours,
before when
bro.
I'm sleeping.
No.
Yeah.
Just
One time I
no.
was moving a potted little palm tree and I had picked it up so my back was already dedicated. I had to watch the centipede just walk right up to my foot and bite me. It sucked. Felt more like a bee sting though. Wasn't as bad as I expected it would be. But they got the biggest fangs of any bug I've ever seen.
Did you have fun with Toe for Life, bro? Didn't hear weirdo. I think we lost Flo. I think he walked away.
I thought I'd move too, Miyagi, but I just sat there and watched it walk right up and stick its fangs right in my foot.
Oh, fuck that. Dude, no. Just absolutely. Why not just leave? You know, you can get on a boat or airplane or some shit and just leave the place, right?
Nah, not that bad.
Speak for yourself, dude. If I have a centipede that's going to stand up, look me straight in the eye, I think he can have it.
Yeah, they do get about 6 to 8 inches long.
Absolutely not. That's not bait, bro.
I know. I got bit in Thailand one time too by a bad centipede.
Okay. I'm starting to suspect that maybe it's not animals that have a problem. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're a bad person and they're just trying to take you out.
Nah, everybody I know gets bit by those when they live in the tropics. Just depends on how long.
You know what they say, right?
No.
If you're sitting in a room full of people and you can't figure out who the asshole is, it's probably you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go do a totally different show. Flo, where are you?
Shit, we lost Flow State too.
Nah, he just walked over to go grab his wife's ass or something. I don't know, man. Like he knows
He's
I'm here.
playing
And
grab ass.
I mean, maybe. Guessing
Flow State,
here.
are you playing grab ass?
If I walked away from the camera, I'd grab Flo's ass. Wait, what?
No homo, dude.
That
was a little late.
I don't have none of those phobias you have problems with, dude. That's a personal problem with you, man. Y'all can be as homo as y'all want. I don't care. Just don't bother me with it. Go hard. Go homo.
Oh my God, Onision is streaming again.
Can
you believe that shit? This
How
guy,
long you reckon till he goes to prison?
he'll never. Unless I would just assume that he's gotten over the going after young girls shit. Unless he's just really good at it now.
Really? Because
wouldn't you? I mean, let's just say if you were in a position where you were like getting caught every time you do some such shit, wouldn't you just stop doing it?
No. I would certainly hope someone would stuff me through a wood chipper.
Well, yeah, but nobody did.
Well, I find that a flaw in American justice.
It is.
I think we could completely reclaim the desert southeast if we just utilized the PDFs properly
Yeah,
with a
it
wood
seems
chipper.
like when it comes to that, they do more protecting than anything, right? Because then they go in and have protected custody.
Bruh, I'm not sure there's such a thing as protective custody. If they want
I
to
would.
get you, boo, if they want to get you, you got.
Yeah.
You got. They're going to come get you. Your best bet is to either face it down outside or deal with it straight up.
I
But
don't
you'll
think they
get more
really want to
respect
get
and
them.
probably less of a beatdown.
I think they just pretty much don't want them in the same places where they are. And so they'll stab them if they're in those places, but once they get to PC, they just don't mess with them unless they did something truly heinous, like if they,
Okay, all right.
as if
As your online Sasquatch, I advise the change of topics because you seem
Yeah.
to know an awful lot about this, and I don't want to know why.
Well, anytime you go to jail, you're going to get checked for that stuff, depending on where you're at. If there's,
That might be why I don't know nothing about it.
yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Good, because
I
I gotta
realized
go.
I just sort
Were
of
you playing
wandered off.
grab ass?
Look, I remembered that I had leftover barbecue, and I just sort of floated off to heat it up without
Right.
even thinking
He's
about it.
scared. Yeah, no, I told him. I was just like, no, he wandered up to get some ass. And he knows I'm here, so he knows it's not going to go too terrible off the rails. Except he went off on he was over here trying to defend PDFs, and I don't like that.
No, I didn't. I said they do more protection than
All right,
consequence.
y'all have fun, discuss. I'll be back in a couple of hours after Sam's show's done.
What chaos did you just leave me with?
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. It'll be great. It's much fun. You'll be pleased. I'm sure. Bye.
I'm out of here too. I'm gonna go lay down like an old man.
Bye. I'm probably not
Bye.
much farther behind you.
Have a good one, brother.
Be good. Y'all want to listen to me chew? Because I'm telling you, I just microwaved the second house of like what is like the when you go to a barbecue restaurant, they've got like that meal. It's like supposed to feed two, and it's got everything, right? Like, well, I got everything. I just heated up everything. Oh no. I got ribs, burnt ends, chicken, sausage, mac and cheese, sliced beef. I think I ate all the sliced turkey. And I ate all the onion rings last night. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send you fine folks on your merry way. This is a very impromptu stream. Didn't even nearly make the goal. I didn't bring my A game to my shilling, but I do appreciate the people who helped support my expensive parenting habit. Tonight, I am going to be over at Raging Tomatoes. I think around 10:15, if I remember correctly. And the dude who's fathered like 400 kids or some shit is going to be back, is what I'm told. So check that out. And then after that, I think Mel's got some shit going on. Resto said, after that, Mel. So I don't think I'm doing any more of my own. I wasn't planning on doing any live shit tonight or today at all, but here we are. Here we sit. Yeah, everyone left me. It's fine. I'm used to it. Everybody in my life abandons me at some point. Can I get some violin emojis while I look where to send you? Violin emojis in the chat. I should re-streaming. What in the fuck? What should I restream? Oh yeah. No, I will. I assume I will. God damn it. Close the tab. I know, guys. Y'all are flaring up my abandonment issues. The only thing that makes it better is money. I mean, there's other things, but at what point does it become solicitation? You know what I mean? Grid 1 knows what I mean. Who's live? Base, you live? You going live? Oh, look at that. Look at that. I know where you're going. All right. Tell Jack Talcott who the fuck sent you. Praise God.